And I'm angry apparently. Hello, Mew.
Hello, hello. You look a little angry, bro.
What the heck? Why'd that happen again?
Time to be angry.
Hello, hello, hello. Okay, alright, somebody said muted. Am I muted? My stuff is saying that I'm talking.
It might be trolling you.
And now not. But Mew is quiet. Okay, we will put up Mew's mic then.
Yay,
let's do that. And apparently my phone thought I said Google. Okay. Alright.
Yeah. It's perfect stuff.
Shoot.
Bro, I had to send the link 3 times in my server. It was so scuffed.
I don't know what was going on. It kept like saying I was like ending the stream. Like what?
Yeah.
Alright, how does Mew sound now, chat? How does the cat girl sound? Go.
I hope I sound lovely to all of you.
How does the robot cat girl sound to you, chat? Right when you said that, it gave you the little robot effect.
I'm a robot. I know that about myself.
Okay. I think we can get started now because there seems to be fine now. Okay. Hello, Mew. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. I am Yuki. I'm a cat girl witch VTuber who does not wear a hat a lot because that's really cumbersome in day-to-day life. I stream on Twitch. I do a variety of content, and I know nothing about the SCP Foundation except for IKEA.
Which is just what I'm looking for. Okay, yeah. It makes it so much. It makes it so much easier because I can just pick almost any SCP and be like, I don't think they know this one. All right. Yeah. So, IKEA, yes, IKEA. And just a little note for those watching: the latency is about 10 to 15 seconds, so keep that in mind. Anyways, so. This is Containment Cast. I haven't had Containment Cast in the past, I don't know how many months, but basically I bring somebody on who usually knows little to nothing about SCP. I think the person who was the most knowledgeable that came on was probably Selkie, I think, but that's about it. And so, what, aside from IKEA, what do you know about SCP?
So it's a collective writing project with a lot of lore and a lot of like different writers, and it's kind of linked to creepypasta stuff. So that's what I know.
That's a better than you see. That's probably the best knowledge, the best way you can explain it, honestly. And but yes, there are several SCPs, but out of the 8,000 plus SCPs that are currently published, I have picked out a total of 5 of which that I have waiting here for us to slightly review per se. And so the way this is going to work is, again, I've taken 5 SCPs, random ones. Hello everybody here. Hello Kumo. Hello, I didn't say hi to anybody. Hello World War I Snoopy. I'll just call you Snoopy. Hello, not an artist. Hello, oh, that's you, Mew. Okay. Hello,
Hello, I'm in chat.
Hello, Mew. Hello,
Yay.
I'm sorry if I butchered this. Iasno?
No. Laszlo.
Oh, it's an L. Oh.
Yeah.
I thought that was a capital I. Laszlo. Hello. I'm usually good at reading names, I promise.
I mean, you're better than me. You've gotten more of them right than I have.
That one, I just thought it was an uppercase I. Anyways.
No problem.
So yes, I am now as no. Okay, I have obtained 5 SCPs at random. One of them I like to usually pick one SCP that is close to the person I invite in some way or form, related in some way. We'll get to that one eventually. But I go through each one of them. I'm going to tell Mew what the SCP is, but she has to guess or take a good guess of what she thinks it does. When it's me, I usually like going for what the SCP is and what it does. So that's what we're gonna do here. I'm gonna tell her what it is, but she has to guess what it does. And after she makes her final guess, I will reveal what it actually does, unless she got it right. Which, with SCP, it's usually very difficult to discern what it actually does. So we have 5. Let's go with the first one. It'll take a little bit for me to see it, but I will start explaining it. It is, well, the picture here that I have shown is an image of I guess you could say a movie case called The Return of the Suburb Slasher. It's a movie. It's a horror movie, a very overdone type of slasher movies that you usually see, like, you know, Halloween or Friday the 13th, so on and so forth. What do you think this movie, because the actual SCP is a movie, this movie, what do you think this SCP does?
So it's a movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm assuming that watching the movie causes something to go wrong in the viewer's head. So maybe they try and reenact the slasher movie. That's my first guess.
That's a fairly good guess. Anything
or maybe
else?
It causes like bad dreams. So those are my 2 guesses. Or maybe it transports the viewer into the movie. Those are my guesses based on it being a movie.
And to answer your question, Snoopy, the number is SCP-5733. And if you would like, I can actually give, I forgot about this, it's been a while since I did it, but I can also give a hint if you'd like, if this makes it easier to understand. Actually, looking at it now, it probably won't make it any different. But, so, the way object classes work, there is 3 like main ones that people usually know about, and that's called, there's safe, there is Euclid, and there is Keter. Don't let it fool you, the word safe in this context does not mean it's safe to handle. Safe, I don't know why they made it that word, but basically it means easy to contain. These things tell you how hard it is to contain. Safe is easy to contain. Euclid is it's a little more difficult to contain, but it's just more unpredictable. And Keter is it's very hard to contain and sometimes uncontainable. In this case, this movie, whatever this CD or this movie, is a safe class, so easy to contain. Would you like to keep your guess or make a new guess?
Well, okay, so saying that it's easy contained, as long as you don't watch the movie, like, is it a CD or is it like it's a CD, I'm guessing, or a DVD or whatever. So it would be easy to contain because you could just like lock it up in a wardrobe and then it wouldn't affect it. So I feel like it doesn't really help with any of the guesses that I made.
It's a VHS tip, but honestly, the same thing applies. It's literally just an item.
Yeah. Bro, most people can't even play VHS tapes anymore, okay? Like, I don't think I've seen like a single VHS player in like the past like 15 years.
Like, yeah, probably.
Well, actually, no, my grandparents had one.
Mew, you are a Keter class, someone said. Well, we'll find out eventually. Anyways, so is that your final guess on what this movie does?
Yeah, I would say it's like one of the guesses.
For the classifications, you can use the box metaphor. Yeah, the box metaphor. Yeah, the box metaphor is, the box example is used a lot when explaining the containment classes. Basically what they mean is so safe Euclid Keter, safe, you put it in a box and you leave it alone, it's safe class, and if nothing happens, it's safe. If you put it in a box and you don't know if it's going to escape, but it could, then it's Euclid. If you put it in a box and it bursts right out, then it's Keter. And then there's a fourth one.
I mean, I'm a cat. I like sleeping in boxes, so.
Well, that's how at least now we know how to contain you. Anyways, oh yes, I keep forgetting things. I always forget to mention we have a nice audience up here, the O5 Council. The O5 Council is 13 members who oversee the entire SCP Foundation, and they're watching me very intently because they hate me, or they just don't trust me, and they don't like the fact that I keep bringing anomalies here in the middle of this. You're a cat girl, so you count. I think.
Girl, I'm even more of an anomaly.
Oh yeah, because you're a witch cat girl. That's right. Even more so.
Oh wait.
I think
here the tails. We get to. Are the tails blocking anything?
Not really. They're swaying, so they don't really block per se. They kind of just they just sway.
They're just there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the tails.
My pet tail.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can hit you in the glasses with them.
Remember, if she blinks at you and then it's too late, you're already dead. What? Nah, she's Apollyon. Oh my gosh. Apollyon is like, it's entirely uncontainable and potentially world-ending. The old man. It's funny because the references y'all are making, Mew likely doesn't understand. Like someone said, the old man himself fears Mew. The old man, that is SCP-106. It's a elderly man made covered in sludge from World War I, and he can go through walls and take you to like an alternate dimension or whatever. But that's like a very vague and bad way to explain that. Anyways, so that was your guess, correct?
Yeah, like it's some type of, like, it either makes you, like, act out the slasher movie, causes you to be paranoid / have, like, bad dreams, or it sucks you into the movie itself. That was my 3 guesses, based on what information you gave me.
Okay, I see. Alright, so, would you like one more hint, or we just want to reveal it?
I could do one more hint.
Okay. One thing about this anomaly is, so do you at least know what D class are?
Like, class is like A, B, C, D, like that?
Yeah, I mean, that is true. There are A class, D, B class so far. It goes all the way up to D, and that's it. But D class are basically our test subjects. They're like death row inmates, people who are in like life in prison, so on and so forth. But we tested this on D class, and they so far are, or from what we've learned, none of them are harmed. So basically, it's actually safe to handle as well.
Okay, then I would say that causing it to okay, so they're not harming themselves, right? Mm-hmm. Have they harmed other people? Because that's a different thing.
They have not.
We gotta be careful with the world play.
They have
so
not.
Then extra. Trying to act out the movie, then that theory is out the window. Mm-hmm. Like, physically harmed, are they mentally harmed? Because that's also a difference.
Well, all I can say,
mentally stable?
All I can say is they're all still alive. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, so
that nobody has died and no one's been killed. No one has died.
Okay, so if they're mentally stable, then that still allows like the theory to have like paranoid thoughts or bad dreams or just like haunting, like the images of the movie haunting them. That's still possible. And also dragging them into the movie, because like if they survive the movie, you know, they're still a little bit traumatized. But even if they die in the movie, does that mean they die in real life? Are we doing SAO roles here? So it does mark out one of my theories, but the other 2 are still kind of intact. So I don't have any new theories.
Okay. All right, so now I'm going to reveal the SCP because I think I've given you enough hints per se. And so this is SCP 5733. The code name that was given to it is called Knife, Scream, Cut to Black. It is a horror movie of a slasher, and the main anomalous effect is, well, I'll get to that in a moment. One of the effects is it... Wait, where is it? I just had it on my screen. Where the frick did it go? There it is. Okay. I'll read this specifically word for word as it says on the article. Viewers of SCP-5733 often develop self-destructive and obsessive behavioral tendencies. This effect is not believed to be anomalous, but it is still in effect. But the main effect is at the, where is it? The 97th, I believe it is? 97th, yeah, there it is. At the 97th minute of the movie, the main character, which is Heather, will be hiding in a basement from the slasher who has killed her friends, and she will turn to the camera, or the person watching it, and begin speaking to them. From that point, the viewer can verbally guide Heather into what to do next. However, and she will listen most of the time. And however, each time that she is given a different method of escaping or killing the slasher or doing something, it always seems to end with the slasher winning, as if the slasher already knows what the heck is going on. We even got to the point where the head researcher of this SCP had his own hypothesis per se, and he went through the testing himself, and it turned out the slasher is masked, by the way. By the end, the slasher was an exact, looked exactly like the researcher himself, and it cut to black.
So those are kind of my two theories, like putting you in the slasher movie and then also causing like some type of psychosis. So I'm kind of happy that like it wasn't fully there, but my two hypotheses were kind of right.
Yeah. And let me see if there's anything else. Nope, that is all that is. And yeah, basically
also,
that's what the SCP
remember
is.
to like the stream. If I don't see you guys liking the stream, I'm gonna cut them balls off.
Okay, that is the first SCP. Now we can move on to the next. I would say beautiful, but sometimes these things are not that beautiful, like SCP-682. Anyways, so one thing to now, I didn't mention it before.
Beautiful to their mothers.
Fair enough. Only a face only a mother can love. Unless you're talking about 096, then that's something different. Anyways, so this next SCP. This is... yes, but of course, this amazing conglomeration of friggin' rats.
What's a rat king?
Yeah. This is SCP-6062. It is these rats in a circle, basically. What do you think this thing actually does?
So rat kings are normally formed due to like neglect and hygiene. So, and also like gluttony, neglect, and hygiene. So without any context, I would assume that it's just a rat king, which in themselves are rare, but maybe has the ability to like trap people or something.
Okay. Okay, is that your first guess?
That's from the photo. That's the guess I
okay.
had.
So this is an object class safe, so easy to contain. And one other thing, let me see. It also speaks.
Oh.
So it is a living creature.
Okay. I was about to ask that because you said it was an object. I was like, wait.
Oh yes, in the SCP Foundation, everything is an object, even if it's a living thing. We have SCP, what is it? SCP-049, which is a plague doctor who is alive and well, but we still call them things and its and stuff like that. That's just how it works. That's how the Foundation works, at least. Any changes to your guess, or would you like to leave it as it?
Well, for right now, you said it was safe, which containment means that it's like it can be put in a box and
it'll stay there.
It'll stay in there, which rat kings, like when you are tangled up in a rat king, at least from my knowledge, you know, it's kind of hard to move because all of them are facing in different directions, you know? So, I wouldn't say anything really changes.
What do you mean? I'm sure 096 has a lovely face, a face to die for, some would say. Yeah, quite literally, everybody has died when they see their face. Anyways, the Foundation is weird. I agree. Anyways, so that's your guess.
You shouldn't be talking about your bosses like that.
Technically, I come from a different universe. They're not my original bosses. My original bosses were way better than these guys, all you judging me up there. Anyways, so yes, that's your final guess.
They sign off on your paychecks?
They do.
Okay, then they're your boss. Okay, buddy. They're your boss.
I didn't say they were good bosses. Anyways.
Yeah.
It would completely destroy the world, but if you put it in a box and it says it stays in the box with minimal resistance, it's safe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this.
You said that it talks, so that's also something really interesting.
Okay, but yes, it is capable of speech, and it speaks it does understand the English language, and it usually speaks in like a high-pitched voice, which makes sense. They're rats. And however, SCP-6062, this rat king, believe it or not, is actually titled, oh shoot, I don't have the name up. Oh well. But it identifies itself as King, and I'm not even joking about this, King Rathu Splendus, some number that's in Roman numerals, but whatever. And this SCP currently holds about 82 different infectious diseases, most of which we don't even know what they are because they come from prehistoric times. They're a vector for zoonotic, which is transmission of infectious pathogens from animals to humans, and they have stuff like the plague, salmonella, smallpox, and over 30 unidentified viral pathogens like I mentioned before, which is a lot of them from before we even started writing down history. So really, that's their anomalous property. That's what's so anomalous about them. They're a living rat king that identifies as a king named Rathu, and they have diseases that can transfer to other people.
Okay. So it was a little different from like the sloth I was thinking, but you know, being very sickly does give like sinful vibes, you know. They called themselves the Rat or Wrath because like it kind of sounds similar. Rat King.
Rathu, like Matthew, Rathu.
Yeah, like Wrath. Here, have one of my 4 horses of the apocalypse. The plague.
The plague. Okay.
Plague.
Oh man, I'm like, as we go on through the stream, I keep remembering like routines. Did you have any questions about the previous SCP?
No, not really.
Okay, how about Rathu here? Any questions about the rats?
I mean, rats normally are seen as like spreading diseases, so I kind of understand why they did that. Also, Rat King kind of like them themselves are like really freaky because rat kings, like how rat kings are formed is like due to buildup of like feces and food and stuff like that getting all stuck together. So it's disgusting, but it makes sense why they chose that.
I see. One of your favorite SCPs is 706, the perfect porcelain doll. Oh yes, the porcelain, I think if I remember correctly, that is the porcelain little girl who, what was it? Purposefully breaks. It's like a little girl made of porcelain who wants to break herself. It's a little more deeper than that. But anyways, we're gonna move on to the next one, and we have Yes, this one, this is going to be an interesting one because it took me a little bit to understand it myself. This is SCP-1148. It is a window. Well, the SCP, okay, I was trying to explain this to a friend of mine last night, and even he got confused. So I'll try to explain it as best as I can, what it is. The SCP itself is the reflection in the window.
I was going to ask, like, does it reflect, like, something different than what it would, like, normally reflect? Like, does it warp what is reflected? At
first, it does show a normal reflection. Like if you were like, let's just say you look at the nearest window near you, you look outside of it, if you could see a reflection, that's kind of what it is. But there's more to it than just that. The reflection is the SCP, the window or whatever surface it's on is the vessel per se.
So, removing the window, does the SCP, like, still be on the window? And at what point does it, like, switch surfaces?
It will switch surfaces the moment the other side of that window is illuminated. Once the reflection is basically gone.
Okay. So...
so what do you think this reflection SCP does?
A few thoughts is warping it... or maybe it cannot speak, right?
No, it has no speaking abilities.
Okay, no speaking abilities. My guess is warping, or maybe like showing the future or past or something. That could be a version of warping it, or like showing like a different dimension or a different timeline. So maybe you just like see yourself like very, very different than how you are now.
Yeah.
If you've chosen like different things. So those are my thoughts, based on like reflections. Or it could just like start warping more and more over time. Like,
yeah.
Starts off normal and then it starts warping more and more. So, they said I got honestly kind of close. Very, very nice. Very nice.
Okay. So, any hints? That would be object class safe, and that's the only hint I can really give.
Well, I assumed, like, if it's attached with surface, it would be pretty easy to contain.
Yeah.
You know, so I assumed it was going to be safe.
It is stated... Yeah, it is stated later on in the article that it is difficult to permanently contain, but it's not hard to contain. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, you said something about the reflection disappearing.
Yes. So this is how the containment works. The way this SCP is contained currently is it's on a window that is attached to a wall. That wall divides up the containment room. One side of the room is lit up and the other side is completely dark in order to make the reflection on the window and keep the reflection there. So that's how that containment thing works. But anyways, so now let me explain what this SCP does. This is SCP-1148, also known as the Imperfect Image. Not entirely sure why that's named that, but whatever. Object class safe. What it does is, well, as we mentioned, it's a reflection that is in any surface that can appear on a window, it can appear on a windshield, it can appear on a glass door, so on and so forth. When viewing this SCP, it seems normal at first. Nobody will be affected. It will be completely normal, and you can see the reflection of yourself, things around you, the room in general. It's normal for a while, but after about 15 minutes, the person viewing it will begin to have certain effects, such as paranoia regarding what is behind the reflection. Also a feeling of being watched, and as well as a fixation on observing the SCP even though the person wants to turn away. It's like they can't turn away even though they want to. After within 5 minutes, there's people who usually report seeing some figures in that reflection, and that figure will often appear as something that has cloaked in a black hood, large wings and bipedal, and a pair of glowing eyes. Eventually, eventually they'll get close, they'll want to get close to it, and eventually will gain a desire to go in to this reflection. And we even had reports of some test subjects saying, or claiming, even though we can't see it, they claimed that arms came out of the reflection and tried to pull them in. And there have been times where people have been pulled in and they are never seen again. Nobody has returned from this other dimension per se. And that is what this SCP does. Any questions about this interesting reflection?
Not really. A very interesting SCP. Sounds like someone who I wouldn't want to invite over for dinner. But other than that, seems pretty chill. As long as you don't look at it for too long.
Fair enough.
I tend not to look out windows because then there's the sun.
And grass on the outside. Who needs grass?
Oh, what a terrifying thing.
Okay.
That's terrifying.
Now, on to this next one. This is the one that I mentioned has a similar, I guess you could say, theme to you. I forgot about the whole witch thing, otherwise I would have looked for something witch-related. But we did find something cat-related. This is SCP-247. It'll show up on stream here in a moment, but yes, the sun. Yes, here it is, a nice looking kitty. It looks like a, well, it looks like a tiger kind of, but anyways, this is
the Bengal.
Yes, it looks like this. What do you think this cat does?
Well, you said that it looks a little bit like a tiger. A cat.
Well, it looks like what you see right there, basically.
Okay, first few questions. First, can the cat communicate with humans clearly?
No.
Like, can it speak? Okay, it can't speak.
It is like
it the average size of a normal house cat?
Yes.
Okay. Would you say it has normal cat-like abilities / eyes?
Yes.
Okay. So...
We all see it as the same cat.
Everyone sees it as the same cat. Okay. Is the cat super long living?
That is not written in, but I would assume it is. We haven't had it for that long, but seeing as we've had it for a certain amount of time, it has lived for quite a while. It hasn't said how long, but I would assume it's, as of now, since it's an SCP, I would make the assumption that it lives longer than ordinary cats.
So would you say it is easy to contain?
Yes. Well, make your guess first, and I will reveal the containment class.
So, vague information, but I'm thinking about what cats are known for in mythology, and a lot of cats are related to death, surprisingly. So,
well,
an interesting thing...
That's nice to know next to you.
Well, you know what? I am actually a ghost cat, so, don't ask questions about it. I'm trying to think of what cats are really known for. I mean, cats are known for appearing out of nowhere and just like, you're like, oh, where did this cat come from? Or where did the cat go? So
it should also be noted that SCPs can be the most complicated thing in the world and sometimes the most simple thing in the world. Good example, SCP, I forgot the number, I think it was 547, I think it was. I can't remember the number. No, 457, my bad. Is literally a pizza box that when closed, you open it and it's your specific pizza, like favorite pizza, freshly made. That's it. That's all the SCP is. And then there's SCPs like SCP-610, which is a flesh-eating disease that mutates you, and it's in Russia and it's all across the country and contained, and it's hard to contain. It's more complicated than that, but I just explained the gist of it.
Okay, so my guess is that it is a cat that can appear out of like nowhere and will just appear and then like reappear. So it's like it can almost like fall out of the world and reappear wherever it wants.
I see. Okay.
So that is my guess for what cats are known for. They're known for being really good at hiding.
Okay, and then now I will reveal that it is in fact object class Euclid. It also should be known that Euclid usually goes to living SCPs, sometimes safe SCPs, but since it is a cat, Euclid goes for its containment class.
Can I get a refresh on which one Euclid is? It's the one.
Oh yes, a Euclid is you put it in a box and you're not sure what it's gonna do. You're not sure if it's gonna burst out, and it has a chance. It might burst out eventually, or it might escape. Then it's Euclid. Okay. So it's
that kind of fits with my theory about it being able to like disappear and reappear anywhere. So like it could decide to stay still if you keep it entertained, but you know, if you're not entertaining enough, it'll go and find something else to do.
I see. So, no more guesses, or you want?
That is my guess. That is my cat-related guess.
Okay. All right then. In that case, I will now reveal that this is SCP-247, known as. Maybe the name will be a little bit different. Every gonna be what? See if you are not entertained. Oh, Mango. Every 4 minutes. Are you not entertained? Anyways.
You gotta get those jangling keys.
Jingle, jingle. The back rooms. Jingle, jingle.
Know, yeah, you gotta make sure that there's Subway servers and jangling keys and Reddit.
Minecraft parkour.
AI Reddit reading stories, you know.
Minecraft parkour.
Am I the a-hole for cheating on my pregnant wife when she was giving birth? That type of vibe. Gotta make sure that it's the TikTok brain rot.
Okay, now.
What is that?
Okay, so this is, as I mentioned, this one is named a harmless kitten. And basically what it is actually a Bengal tiger. But everybody who sees it, they see it as that cat on the screen. Granted, this picture is no longer on the wiki, so it's not official anymore, but it is that cat, a similar looking cat to that. Everybody who sees it, doesn't matter who you are, everybody sees it as the same cat, and even in pictures, even in videos, and so on and so forth. That's one of the anomalous effects. So it's an actual Bengal tiger. Anybody who sees this cat will immediately think, "Ah, cute kitten. I'm gonna go pet it, or I'm gonna get close to it." They immediately feel drawn to get close to it and pet it, and it will act like a normal cat at first. It'll act like a normal cat, and after some time, it will then turn the tables and it will begin attacking the person petting it, tearing them apart.
So I have a question. Like, does it have the same like jaw strength and like?
Yes.
Like, how? Because like a Bengal tiger is like a very different size. Like, how does that work mass-wise?
We're not sure. This is not an.
Okay.
Yeah, the SCP Foundation sometimes just can't figure out certain things.
So I said that it looked like a Bengal cat, and then I was right. I was right.
Well, I did say it looks like that. I did say everybody sees it like that. So yes, it is actually a tiger, but everybody sees it as a cat. And when it attacks, it's like, it's a visual effect and also a mimetic or mental effect as well, because even while the person is being attacked and torn apart by this tiger, the person still sees it as cute kitten, cute cat, and refuses to even fight against the cat or run away. It basically accepting their fate, even though
being mauled by a cat, I would still run away.
not with this SCP. This SCP, it has that type of mental effect on people, and so far nobody has been able to, what's the word, get themselves away from the cat. People have to be saved from the cat. But yeah, that's what the SCP is. And a little fun fact, it has been crossbred with other cats before, but that's a different story.
Okay, wait. If it like breeds with a normal house cat, then what are their children? Because like, that's not. Is that even genetically possible in the real world to like breed a Bengal tiger with a normal house cat? Like, I don't think that's right.
Looking at it here, I didn't really look into that part, but looking at it here, we have a few, and one of them appears to be a yellow kitten matching the parent size and age of SCP-247, so it actually is a cat. However, another kitten from the litter is actually a Bengal tiger, matching the actual weight and so on.
Okay, a little bit weird, but you know, not too weird. Not too weird. I mean, genetically, I'm a little surprised about the mom or papa of the other like half. So that confuses me. But this is the SCP Foundation.
Oh yeah,
so.
that's probably one of the least confusing things that we've run into, actually. Funny, we're talking about procreation in this cat. Anyways, let's move on to this next one, and the reason this, I'll explain in a moment why I say that. We're gonna move on to this next one. It is called, your head's kind of blocking a little bit, but that's okay because it's just that long of a picture. This is SCP-6588. Looking at this image.
Sir, those are Sour Patch Kids.
Yes. I will say one thing. Actually, no, I won't. That'll be a hint for later. What do you think this SCP does? Just looking at this image.
You know those Sour Patch Kid ads? They're the actors in them.
I mean, I will say you are close-ish. They're not the actors,
okay,
I will say that. They're not the actors, but I will say you're close on the concept.
Are they parasitic?
No.
So if they enter your body, they will not affect your body, like in a negative way.
I don't know.
Like control
what do you think?
But I mean, okay, that was a question. Okay, can they speak English?
They cannot speak.
Okay, are they normal size comparative to another Sour Patch Kid?
Normal size.
Okay, are they, can they move around on their own?
Yes.
Okay, so that is one thing. Are they, well, I guess this is kind of like a little bit too much of a question. Are they hostile?
Good question. I think you've got enough answers. I think you've got enough. I think you've got enough answers.
I can't think of anything but the ads.
Let's hear you. Let's hear your first guess.
They can come alive, and they're little rascals. Like, don't feed them gremlin rules, you know.
Okay.
You know, they come alive. They move around. They're a little bit, you know, I think anyone would be freaked out if their food just started walking around. Do they have like proper eyes, how we visualize eyes?
No.
Like,
what you see in the picture is their front. That is what they look like.
Okay. I don't know how they walk when their like legs are glued together, but
yeah, they look very close together as opposed to the commercials.
Yeah.
Maybe they bounce around. Maybe they jump around.
Yeah, they just bounce. Okay. I really can't think of anything other than the commercial right now. They come alive and they're just weird little guys. That's my theory.
Okay, I will give this hint. They are object class Euclid, and they do what's the word, interact with each other, and they live in a type of society per se. Their own type of civilization. Their own civilization.
Can they mecha combine with each other?
They cannot.
Okay, so not as cool as I thought they'd be, but you know, they're just like Sour Patch Kids that are living in their own little world, and they just don't like humans. Because Euclid is the one where you don't know how they'll react if put in a box.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if I was put in a box and I was sentient, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing there, bro? So, they're sentient. Do they have their own, like, way of communicating? Do they have their own writing system?
That I did not read anywhere, so I would assume not.
Okay, they don't have their own writing system. Are they, hunter-gatherers or farmers?
I actually don't remember that. Oh no, their diet consists of honey and cubes of caramel.
Okay, so they seemingly can't eat meat, which makes sense, so I'd say that they're not dangerous. They're just little guys that come alive, is my guess.
Essentially. That's basically it, and when I gave you the hint of the fact that I can't even remember what I said, but I basically gave away what this SCP does already, and you already guessed it basically. And they are Sour Patch Kids. This is SCP-6588. The name is not here, but whatever. They are little they're called a glucose. That's the name of their group per se, and it's kind of like, you know, a flock of birds. They're a glucose. I don't know why, but it is what it is. And there are about 500 of them. And
they reproduce is the important question.
Yes.
Can we inbreed the gummy bears? Or not gummy bears. Can we inbreed them?
Yes, they actually can.
I can inbreed them? Oh my
they
god.
Can
Wait,
actually
What's their negative side effects of inbreeding? I want to know now.
Oh, inbreed. Okay,
For science.
There is no negative effect to inbreeding them, but they only.
I wanted some disfigured ones.
And this is kind of funny because it sounds racist, but they only can reproduce with other Sour Patch Kids of their own color.
So they're inbred.
You want to put it that way, then yeah. Because it doesn't even matter.
Only reproduce with the one type that you are, then eventually they're gonna get super inbred.
Eventually, I mean, the more and more there is, I guess the more and more there is, it gets less and less likely, unless they're already inbreeding with each other. I don't even know how we got into inbreeding. But anyways,
there's like 10 of them. You start off, okay, so you said there's 500. If you start up with like 100 of each type, there's only so many genetic pairings you can get before you start getting to inbred levels.
I'm trying to piece that in my mind.
Anyways, let's move on to this topic.
Anyways, but yes, they can breed with each other.
Why do we bring everything to the inbreeding?
I don't even know how we started that, but they do have their own little civilizations. They do require sleep, but they don't usually sleep for more than 3 hours, and they do require.
Sleep deprive them.
It's possible, but it's possible if you keep them up. They also can be. They feed off of honey and cubes of caramel, like I mentioned before, and they can be observed building as well, usually using materials that are usually used for arts and crafts, like popsicle sticks, maybe even toothpicks, cotton balls, so on and so forth. So that's just how they build and stuff like that. They build dwellings and even vehicles, it reads here, but there's no more information on vehicles. But the way they reproduce is very interesting per se. It's not how we normally know it as human beings, but it's a thing called they named it this. It's called a sugar high event. And that's when this weird...
They're doping.
They have this tree, and it's around a cardboard tree. When 10 instances are gather around this, there's a substance inside this tree. It's a purple substance. It will begin leaking out, and it will fill up to about an eighth of it'll fill up to an eighth of them, and that liquid, when it'll latch to any of the Sour Patch Kids, and it will latch and create like a lump around on their torso, and it will only solidify when they are physically touched by another one of themselves of the same color. Once it's yes.
Okay, so I was gonna ask, if we like cut them in thirds and then stack them together and use like the purple substance, they still keep on living. Would we be able to get 3 separate people who are all parts of each other?
I don't think that's possible, because I think once they're cut, they're dead.
So like if they got like a little scratch, they die?
I don't know, because we don't test on killing them. The SCP Foundation is very adamant on protecting them rather than killing.
Well,
so
these are important questions you need to ask.
Yeah, we've never actually tested on. We've never actually tested on harming them.
Questions. It's not harming. It's for science. Okay, like
you know what? That is a good point. That is a very good point.
Is it like blood types? Would you be able to DNA transfer like blood types to each other?
They are just Sour Patch Kids that are alive, basically.
Okay, if we were to like dye them.
If we were to dye them?
If we were to like dye them, would they be allowed to then procreate with another color? Like if we
likely it would only stick with what color they originally were.
Okay, so their DNA, their quote-unquote DNA doesn't change. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because they were made, like for example, if there was a red one, it was made red, so it cannot be changed even if we, dye it to blue, for example.
Okay,
Yes.
So here's the thing. What about ones that are like similar shades? Like if we were to like color them, okay, like if we were to socially, we should test what happens by changing one of their colors to see if they're rejected by their original family or accepted by their new family.
We've never tested that, but that would be a really good test.
Yeah, we gotta test them to see how racist they are.
This is what I was talking about this with a friend last night, and I mentioned that it reminded me of that one rabbits meme, that episode where they had the rabbits.
I don't know what you're talking about, honestly.
Oh no! Okay, now I have to send this to you.
We need to test them. I don't know.
Here.
We gotta test the gummy bears.
I got just the right image for this. I'm sending it to you right now.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen this before.
Okay, I'm gonna see. Oh, it's that one.
Yes,
yeah.
I will pull it up on stream as well for everybody else to see.
They're so weird. I remember them now. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about based on the names, but once you show me the graphic, that unlocked like a little piece of my brain that was like, oh yeah, that exists.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, it reminded me of that because that specific part of that episode, someone called it the racism episode. But it's basically the blues and the whites don't like each other, so on, whatever. But it reminded me of that when I was reading through this. And honestly, that'd be a really good test to color one differently and to see if they reject them or if they don't see, the dye and just see the quote-unquote genetic.
What you could do is you could take 2 newborn Sour Patch Kids, dye them, and switch them, and see how their parents react.
Wait, my bad. What again?
And how differently they're raised. Take newborn Sour Patch Kids, dye them, and then give them to the opposite parent, and then see how the parents react and treat the child.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I wonder how that would go. But there's the image, chat. This is what I was talking about. If you haven't seen it, this is what I'm talking about. For those who have seen it, you recognize this. I know you do. But anyways, let's get rid of that now. Okay.
We found the way to solve racism is tested on gummy bears.
All right. Any more questions about this amazing anomaly? Never seen it ever. Oh wow. Okay.
Kumo's old age, so Kumo probably was off Nickelodeon by the time that was playing.
That doesn't solve racism. It's like mango.
We could. It's the first step. It's the first step. Also, what's our lifespan like?
Huh?
What's their lifespan like?
Oh, their lifespan? They live forever, as far as I've seen.
Oh, that's kind of fucked then. Like, imagine, like, you just go on living forever.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, they're sentient. They're not sapient. So they live like, they kind of live like ants. They kind of just, they just live and interact with each other. So I don't think we don't know if they actually have any form of intellectual thought of each other or of us per se. You think I had Nickelodeon? No, I had PBS Kids VHS tapes and other VHS tapes.
Oh my god, they didn't grow up watching SpongeBob.
No SpongeBob? What?
Yeah, no SpongeBob.
SpongeBob SquarePants. Anyways, any more questions about this amazing SCP? It's very colorful and sour SCP.
If they live forever, could we test how to be immortal? Could we like jellify ourselves into being gummy bears as humans?
I have no idea, and I don't think that would be possible, honestly.
I want to test that. I want to test so many things about these creatures.
Sponge Boy Meatball.
Okay. Well, I have no more questions about these breedable Sour Patch Kids.
Okay, now we've gone through all 5 of the SCPs. We've gone through all of it. Okay, I got rid of us. My bad. Okay. All right, we've got. Okay, my eyesight is bad. Where the frig? There it is. Okay, we've gone through all 5 of them. So now for this next part, I was trying to think of something different for this, but we have this next segment, which shouldn't take as long normally, but we'll get to it anyways. So we'll get to it and see how it goes. So, for context, before we get into this part, the Global Occult Coalition is an agency run by the United Nations. Their main goal is to destroy every SCP that they find. Destroy, destroy, destroy is, as we like to joke around, is their motto. Their goal is to protect humanity from anomalies. Doesn't matter how good or bad they are. It could be that pizza box I was talking about. They don't care. They'll put some dynamite in it and blow it up. It could be.
But what if I want pizza? That pizza could solve world hunger.
It's an anomaly. They don't want it around. I don't know.
It could solve world hunger.
That's just how the GOC is. They don't want anomalies. They don't like anomalies. And even SCP-529, which is literally a cat that is in half. It lives perfectly fine and it walks normally, but they would not want it around because it's an anomaly. Anyways, their goal is to destroy every SCP they find. So, yes, thank you for mentioning that, Kumo. I was just about to mention that. But sometimes destroying an SCP doesn't mean it's destroyed, per se. So, like Kumo mentioned, there is a chair SCP. Every time I explain it, everybody thinks that's a little kinky. But the reason why they say that is because this chair, from what I remember, I haven't read the SCP before, but I've heard it explained before, but it was a long time ago. I'm explaining off of memory. I could be a little bit wrong. I'm not sure. But essentially, it's a chair that likes to be sat on. And The GOC got their. Did she? What?
So I was joking about the cut chair, but it kind of proved me right, honestly.
And the GOC got their hands on the chair, and they ended up throwing it in a shredder, in a wood chipper, and they destroyed the SCP. So they thought. When it was destroyed, it turned into a bunch of sawdust and wood chips. However, that actually turned it into it went from a safe class SCP to a Keter class SCP. Now the SCP is a pile of sawdust and wood chips that will manifest itself into the nearest person's lungs and choke them to death. So,
nice.
Quite the flip there. So basically, it made a fairly harmless SCP into a very dangerous and hard to contain SCP.
What if you were to set it on fire? I feel like that would have been the safer option.
Might have been, but you never know. Maybe it would have turned into
Also,
a pile of ashes that does the same thing.
Well, maybe the easiest thing would have been to put it in a jar of water after shredding it. Because then it couldn't be in the air,
I don't know. But regardless, what happened is what happened. The GOC made it worse. There's also another one of two tugboats who are in love with each other, and they sailed throughout the sea, hurting nobody, but they just loved each other. Well, the GOC found those boats and they destroyed one of them, and the other boat grew aggressive, and now it lives its day roaming the seas and purposefully crashing into other boats, sinking them. So it went from being a Euclid to a Keter class, at least from what I'm assuming. I didn't actually look it up. But regardless, we see the effects of destroying an SCP sometimes. So this next segment is we're going to go through the same 5 SCPs, and we're going to take a guess as to what we think each SCP will happen to each SCP if you were to destroy them. So let's start with our first one. Again, we have the slasher movie. It's a VHS tape we mentioned, and we know what it does now. What do we think will happen to it if we were to destroy it?
So, assuming that, breaking the VHS tape itself?
Yes.
I would assume that anyone who comes in contact... So it's a visual thing, right?
Yes.
So it's visual. So it becomes destructive. So one theory is if you view the VHS tape, it will haunt your dreams, or at worst it could release a masked figure that will copy the person that it sees. So be the masked killer, and then it just copies whoever it sees and decides to haunt
like
them.
a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
I can see that be the case. Potentially, if you break the, if for example, I guess it also depends on how it's destroyed. If for example, maybe if you melt it, then maybe the melted pieces will turn into a shape, what you mentioned, a shape-shifting type thing. It'll turn into the slasher or something, or it'll be more of a what's the word, an imposter type thing. It can morph into any person or whatever.
Or it could ascend to broadcast television and just appear on sites like YouTube or any streaming platform.
True.
Just be there and get people like that instead. So those are my thoughts.
That's possible.
Ascending to broadcast networking.
Okay, we went through that first one. Now let's look at this next one. It was the Rat King. So we have this Rat King again. What would happen if we were to kill this Rat King or destroy it in some way?
I assume that it would start releasing an odor that would spread and get people sick, like a toxic fume.
Yeah.
Or poison the ground that it died on, the area around that it died on, things like that.
Especially,
or killing it would separate the Rat King.
And maybe they start roaming around on their own. Yeah.
So those are all 3 of my guess.
That would be a good way to put it. Especially, Mia?
Yeah.
Oh, you got disconnected. Mew's gone, everybody. This is so sad.
It really is.
What happened?
I don't know. Big Titty Cat Girl is gone. I gotta click out of the stream right now.
Let's see. Let me try. Wait, where is it? I forgot how to do it. Where the frick did it go? Wait, did I lose the ability? Oh, there it is. Never mind. Collab. Alright, just a bit of a technical difficulties, everyone. Give it a moment. Hello, Kuro. Let's see. Oh, are we getting into it? Are we connecting now? No, we are not connecting. Joined Mew. Oh wait. Oh wait. There we go. We're back.
Hi. You'll probably have to take control again for me to go back to my original location.
No, I think you're still at the. You're still in the same spot. There you go. Okay, we're back. We are back, everybody. I don't know what happened there, but we're back. Okay.
With like that, I don't think you can dox yourself.
No face reveal. No face reveal.
Yeah.
Also, what is that jet engine sound? Oh, ignore that. Anyways, ignore that. Anyways, so we said that the rat king would potentially, become multiple different rats and, start infecting everybody, right?
Say that it would start like a plague,
Yeah.
or like become some noxious fume, just like you said, like the woodcutters, the wood splintered wood thing, how that was destroyed. I'd assume that it has some type of noxious gas effect that gets people sick.
Potentially, I would say so. Kind of like even if you were to chop one of the rats in half, maybe it does the same thing, like just releases this fume that keeps spreading and spreading.
Yeah. Or if it were to remove one of the rats, now you have two different rat kings, and it just starts growing like a separate rat king. Like it just collects more rats.
Yeah.
And then they start having a war about who's the real rat king.
The rat kings start fighting each other.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have the rat king out of the way. Let's get rid of the rat king. That horrid looking. Wait, what the heck did I get rid of? Oh, I got rid of something else. Whoops. That's not even showing. Anyways. Where is it? There it is. That's not it. Where is it? I lost myself. Where is it? There it is. Okay, now on to the next one, which was that window we were talking about, or the reflection, I should say. So we have that. This is going to be more of an interesting one. Well, now that I think about it, we can't really destroy this one because it's a reflection that when it's destroyed from one side, it just goes to a different window,
Surface.
a different surface. Yeah.
I was like, how could you destroy this one? I feel like
Destroying
it just
every window in the world.
So yeah,
But
even then, like there's natural things that reflect things, like for example, my gold accessories reflect things, and then like water reflects things, and so much reflects things that it would be impossible to completely remove.
Yeah.
So
you would have to destroy every single reflective.
it.
You would have to destroy every single window-like reflection in the world. And even then, if you were to break a window, it just creates more, fragments.
Yeah. It also could like reflect, because your eyes reflect things. So.
Oof, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I don't think that one has much of an option, really. You can't really do anything with that one.
Yeah.
So, but now the next one, the kitty cat, or Mr. Bengal Tiger over here. If someone were to put this cat down, what the heck would happen?
Here. Is it something having to do with my mic?
Kuro, it's my fans.
Oh God, the fans in overdrive.
Yes. That's why I said let's move on.
Okay. Putting down the Bengal tiger.
It's okay, Kuro, don't worry. Hello, Sainted Kai. What is the cat doing? The cat is doing murder. Anyways.
Yeah. I think they were referring to me, but I would be doing murder if I were.
I think that was the correct answer for both, actually.
Yeah, it was. What would be a negative effect about killing it? I feel like because you mentioned it has children, like I guess just the ability would move on to its children.
Maybe.
Like I don't really think that there's a negative effect on it, except for maybe like because it's a Bengal tiger that's just a cat. Like
yeah, because sometimes
it would maul. It would like fall asleep for a while and then it'd wake up and maul you.
Yeah, because sometimes there's no bad effect to an anomaly being neutralized or being killed. Because there is other SCPs like 17. I think it's 1762, I believe, which is a bunch of paper dragons that eventually died out. And nothing happened. We just don't have them anymore. They're neutralized. But sometimes something else happened, like the chair. So I feel like maybe this one, here be dragons exactly. This one maybe would have more of that effect. Here were dragons, yes. Probably have more of that effect where nothing happens, but you never know. So we can move on to the last one, which was the Sour Patch Kids. What do we think would happen by destroying these guys? Like the stream or else.
So I already mentioned dismembering them. You said that they were immortal, right?
It doesn't say they're immortal, but I just assume that they would be immortal.
Okay.
Because we've never actually tested harming them.
They're made out of gelatin in like real life. You mentioned a tree.
Yes, a cardboard tree.
One thought is that they return to the tree and they just start reforming over time.
Potentially.
Another thought is that they you can destroy them, but they'll just reform. Another thought is that if you kill all of them, they'll all sludge together and become like one giant mecha Sour Patch Kid.
If you were to melt them.
Yeah.
Like if you were to melt them, they would become like all one and become aggressive.
Yeah, giant one. Yeah. And then they'd return to the tree after that and all reform and be their racist selves again.
And I would also assume that maybe by cutting them in half, they have like a type of regeneration effect. Maybe they, like if you cut it in half, for example, like the legs and the head, and maybe the legs will grow the other half and the head will grow the other half, and they'll just be two now.
Well, I mentioned bringing that up, and then you were like, that's melting them together. You were like, we've never tested that. I want to test that now.
I would assume that's what they would. That's what would happen.
Test that.
Maybe that could be. That's a really good test ideas, though. Honestly, that'd be really good. That would be really good test ideas, actually.
Yep.
But yeah,
I have some really great test ideas. You know.
All right. So we've gone through all the SCPs, and I think that's going to conclude that. Now we have one more thing before we end our amazing stream here, and so you are an anomaly by technicality because you're a witch. You said ghost as well.
So what happens in my lore is I am a very ancient elf who bonded with her familiar. After an incident that happened, my familiar and I are now sharing one body. So I have two souls in one body, and one of them, my familiar, had already passed on. So that is why I also have two tails. Have you ever watched Naragami?
I have not.
Oh, okay. So whenever one of the characters is in a spirit form, she has like a different type of tail, and so the darker one was actually supposed to be kind of translucent towards the end, and it just ended up not being really translucent towards the end. It just looks like I'm a scaredy cat.
Okay. Well, regardless, that sounds pretty anomalous to me. Like I mentioned before at the beginning, the O5 Council doesn't like it when I bring anomalies here, so they want me to do at least one thing if I'm going to bring anomalies here. And where is it? It is right here. Okay, but yes, now you are welcome to the SCP Foundation, Mew. You are now here forever.
Yeah, I just get a phone call to my lawyer.
No.
Oh no. I would like to be put in a cardboard box instead.
Right, well, I think they already wrote that down from earlier. So you're gonna be placed in a nice cardboard box. Ignore the hat. You're gonna be placed in a nice cardboard box in a room.
Can I break out using my large hat? My hat is outside the box.
Where is it? I can't make it bigger. Well. Oh wait. Ooh.
To be more trapped.
And now problem solved.
The best part of me.
But there we go. You are. Can't she join the MTF Last Hope? It's possible, but will she is the question.
I mean, I can fly in my lore, so can I break out of this cage? Is the question.
Well, it is just a regular cage, I think, so yeah, probably. But
I cast testicular contortion on anyone nearby.
Well, good thing that doesn't work on me. Okay, anyways. Alright, and they're out. Alright. But thank you, Mew, for coming along. To the what's the word? I guess you could say rebirth of Containment Cast. And maybe we'll see you again in the future with a bigger group.
Thank you for having me. It's been really fun. I wish I wasn't in a cage, but you know, sometimes that just happens. Not the first time I've been in a cage. Definitely won't be the last. Next time I'll put you in the cage, okay?
Ah.
You better be careful.
Okay. Do you have an outro? Anything you like to say to chat beforehand?
I'm gonna plug myself real quick. Hi, I'm Yuki. I'm doing a subathon really soon where I'm gonna be playing Elden Ring. Even if you can't donate, just watch me suffer playing Elden Ring for like, I don't know, a very long time. So
Cat girl suffering in a video game.
Yeah, if we reach a certain goal, I'll bring my sister on stream, and I know you guys love them.
Your sister?
Yeah, I'm bringing my sister on stream. That's one of the goals.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right. So.
I haven't made them fully official yet. The official guidelines will be out tomorrow.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. So. This is not part of Containment Cast. This is part of whenever I do a collab with somebody. Would you like to try my outro? I will say the whole thing, and would you like to try it yourself?
Sure.
Okay. Get ready, chat. She's about to attempt this. All right. If you are new and you did enjoy, please do consider subscribing to be a part of this amazing yet interesting community that I have growing here still. If you don't subscribe, that's fine too. At least consider liking, commenting, and sharing to boost my content as much as possible. Maybe this isn't for you. Go ahead and share this with somebody who does like SCP or who does like VTubers. Or maybe they like both. Or maybe you like both and you want to get them into it. I don't know. Your choice. Share it with whoever you want, whenever you want, and if you want to. As of now, we're at 507 subscribers, and the goal is 600. So let's see how long it takes us to get there. On Twitch, I don't remember how much we have. I think it's 105, and the goal is 200. So let's see how long it takes us to get there too. Anyways, whether you're watching the VOD or you're watching right now live, I hope you have a good morning, evening, afternoon, and night. Just overall, I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you whenever.
Words there, but let me give it a try, or my own little cackle spin.
Go on.
Thank you all for watching. It's been a very fun day of Containment Cast. I am here with my lovely guest Salem, who is definitely not the host. Remember to subscribe and like to see more content and help boost it in the algorithm, even if you did not share with anyone who you think would love SCP content or VTubers or both. Remember, chat, we are getting close to our goal of 600. Let's see how far how long it will take for us to hit there. Also, go and check out our Twitch where we are getting close to 200 followers. We'll do some special stuff for then. Remember to like, comment, share, and do everything you can.
Was that okay? I didn't
That was
remember
good.
everything.
That's all right. So far,
I put on my announcer voice for it.
so far, I don't think anybody has ever gotten it right without a script. Actually,
it was a lot of words.
Actually, yeah, I know. Mango, who was the closest one who got it without a script? I think you remember. I remember it wasn't. I think it wasn't Selkie. Who was it? I'll answer in a moment. Maybe it wasn't Vix either. No, Selkie had a script. Yeah, Selkie had a script. I remember that because I know you sent it to her. Might be Mew. All right.
I ad-libbed a lot of it, honestly.
I think you got a lot of it, just not word for word.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
got
not
the basic gist of it.
Yeah, all the important information basically.
Yeah.
But yes, again.
Remember to like and subscribe, or else your balls will be gone.
But again, thank you, Mew, for coming along. I hope you have a good rest of your night. And the same to you all, chat. You have a good one. All right.
For having me.
Bye. Oh wait, I forgot to do it.
Hi, I'm in a cage still. Rescue me. Set me free, please.
Okay, let's get rid of the cat cage so that we can see Miyuki at least a little bit. All right.
I want to be freed.
I wanna go home.
Too damn bad.
All right, I'm gonna go deaf now, and I'm going to end the stream. Yeah. All right, chat. Y'all have a good one, and you have a good night. I'll see ya. Y'all have a blessed rest of your night, and a blessed rest of your week. Bye bye. See ya.
I'm gonna throw my memories away. Now I feel I'm done, and I am cursed by every day till my time is gone. I've never felt this way before, and now I know this all for sure. I won't forget your last betray. I'll never forget this day. I'll never forget this day.